actually my second time hearing a very familiar and similar speech of mine for this speech, and I really enjoyed. From the last time, I already think this is a very emotional speech, and it is very excellent one. And I know that you're going to be a contestant for the area contest, so I would like to provide my evaluation as a voting judge based on the judging criteria to give you some suggestions. So we have basically 3 main judging criteria in the contest, which is 50% to the content. And I think you did pretty well on this part because I love your story. It's very original and everyone can feel connected to your story because I believe everyone have some regret moments, so people can feel very connected, and it is about your family. Everybody can easily get involved and think about their family members, and perhaps for some regret moment because it is very common in our daily life, and I love how original and emotional of our story. And because we just had some discussion with Amanda, and I really love that she provided another suggestion about your main idea and your main concept. But I would suggest that you can focus more on your relationship with your grandmother and how it changed your behavior between the two time frames of your life. And there are 30% will be judged for the delivery. So I love your pace between your speech, and I also like the pauses you add between your speeches. And I think they can just let the audience feel and connect within your stories better. And I also saw a lot of body languages during your speech, but I would suggest that you can maybe just reduce the walk during your speech, because sometimes the little walk during the speech shows maybe you are very comfortable on the stage, but sometimes it could be a little bit distracting to the audience. So maybe you can just set some moments that you would like to walk, but after your walk, you can just stay there for a while to finish this paragraph or finish the second part of the story. And I would also suggest that you can also work a little bit more on your facial expression, because I would love to see more vulnerable facial expression on your face when you talk about your grandma, how she was hospitalized in the hospital. And I think the vulnerable or the sad facial expression can let the audience feel more connected and feel more emotion from you. And last but not least, there are 20% to language usage. So I think everything was really good in your speech. Every language or grammars, they were all correct. But I noticed that you had a lot of expressions or descriptions in your speech, like you had like sorrow or regret, or there's something that you connected all together. So I would suggest that you can pay more attention to it, because sometimes we might be not that careful to them, so we might make some like incorrect lexically. So the judge will also judge your language usage, like is it correct during your speech? So we can pay more attention to that. And I think your visual aids is very nice during your speech, but I would suggest if you make it to the very high level of your contest, you can make it a little bit bigger or lift it a little higher so that every audience can see your visual aids to show your $100. But overall, I think this is a perfect speech. I believe with some revision after our suggestions, you can feel more prepared, and I believe you can make it a very excellent speech. And I start to worry about my contestant at our club. I would tell them you should work harder because we have a very strong contestant upcoming. So that's my evaluation. Thank you.